Okay, so I want to talk about runes. So runes, you will unlock them at level 100. If you're on an early server, it's level 100 from what I know so far. But basically, runes can go only on Nirvana gear or above. So when you go to your hero, there's gonna be a section where it says runes, like with the little sun thingy. That's the runes. There's also gonna be rune storage, where you can see everything that you have there. There's gonna be something that looks like a sword. The sword looking ones are good for your guards. They boost guard skill damage. There's gonna be purple runes. The purple runes are for scholars. They boost their skills better. There's gonna be a little like blue rune. Those give act. So obviously that's gonna go for your doctors. And then lastly, there's gonna be green, which is to boost healing. So this will go to gourmets, such as Daoshan, Shanlua, Xiaojing, Luna, and so on. There's also gonna be yellow, which yellow is gonna decrease skill damage. So this will make them more tanky. So yellow is going to be universal, because I noticed on the Mars combo it goes for all the classes. So it's gonna be universal. Same as red. Red is to carry damage buff. So this is also gonna be universal, and it's one of the harder ones to get. I only have a few of them. Okay, so for runes, the names are war runes, Auspice, Pierce, and I forgot the gourmet one. Okay, anyway, so war, the guard ones, gives damage buff. Auspice gives Ava. Pierce gives Ack. And then the gourmet ones give defense damage rats. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. You want to make sure that you do your main hero that does the damage first, or yourself as well. So all of this comes from my mentor, all that I'm talking about. But yeah, so to make it, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Okay, so to make it make sense, here is their whole scheme, right? So this is a rune mark. It's a yellow one I was talking about. It decreases skill damage, and the more you have it, the more the percent increases. Fable runes increase by 5%, and then godly runes increase 15% of the skill, from what I understood. Okay, so this is her void, and she has the guard runes, right? There's the teal one, the brown one. It increases skill damage. And then we have the sun mark, which decreases damage received. So it's making your guard more tanky. So yeah. And then there's for scholarly. So there's sky. And then we have the blue, the yellow, the red, right? The main ones. So blue is accuracy. You need a lot of accuracy for doctors. Except for typing, everybody needs accuracy. There's also the sun mark. Again, decreases skill damage. And then there's the red, which increases a guy. Obviously, your doctors will need that, so they can hop in faster and stun the other team, so your skill damage can attack. So that's kind of how it works. And then finally, there's Gourmet. Here's Shanlua. So Shanlua is a healer. So you need to prioritize your green marks, right? Sure, she has defense runes and war runes, but those are the marks that you want, right? So green increases skill damage. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. So green increases healing. So you want to prioritize having the most green as possible for Shanlua. But also, skill damage is important. So it makes her more tanky and able to withstand attacks. And then again, the red runes to increase her Agai, so she can act faster. Okay, lastly, here is the scholar ones, and it's purple. So purple increases skill damage from scholars, and yellow again decreases skill damage. So you want those two, and again, red. So, and then here is another gourmet, and he has full on yellow marks. He's not a healer, so you don't have to prioritize your green runes. If you have a healer gourmet and you have a non-healer gourmet, like for example Gia or stuff like that, you wanna prioritize who goes where. You can mix and match, but yeah. So there's that. Okay, so now my part. Okay, so you go to runes, and then here's my things, right? I'm gonna explain this better so it makes more sense, right? So I'm a gourmet MC, right? And then I have all these weird stuff, all these weird runes, but I want the markings. The mark combos are more important than the rune itself. And then once you get the rune for the corresponding class that has the mark combo, you replace it, right? Okay, so for my MC, I have gourmet runes, I have guard, I have scholar, I have doctor. Sure, I'm all over the place, but I'm having the mark combos that I need. So for example, yellow, green, and red is hard for me to get for some reason. And here is the mark combos more explained. Sorry. You just go to the little exclamation mark. Oh God. Okay. Here's my Daishan. I am trying to get more green, but so far I can only get like yellow if I get it. But yes, so this is her. I need to make sure that I get as much as green as possible so that she can heal better. So yeah. Next up, my guards. So I have a lot of guard runes. Well, I've been blessed with guards, so yeah. So those ones, the sun, and then I have a doctor rune, but it's okay. It's giving me sun. Right, here it is, the combos of Frosty Blade, Sun Glow, and Moon Bling. Those are the three that you want, and also a lot of Sun Glow, but that's hard for me. Okay, here's typing. She's a doctor, and again, it's all over the place, but that's okay. Because what I want is accuracy, decrease damage, and increase a guy. Okay, so for example, got some Vemrices, and you check for the mark runes, right? Here it is again. So blue, red, yellow. If you see it, you put it on, right? So these are my marks, and I'm gonna put this one, right? Boom. Mine goes up. So, and then you just tap it and level up, and level up. So there it is. Now, the difference between the blue mark and the rune is that the blue mark gives you HP, attack, defense, and damage rest. Defense and damage are the big buffers. So for the runes, what it gives is accuracy. This is why you want this rune. For all other doctors, but she doesn't need a lot of accuracy. She's a stun. But anyway, I'm rambling. And then here's Gia. And then here's Daishan. So he's a gourmet, so he needs a lot of green and yellow. I'm still fixing it, so don't judge. But here it is again, the same example, same mark combo. Yeah. And then here is my scholar. So the purple marks, the red marks, and I haven't gotten any yellow marks yet. So I go to mark combos, and here it is once again. So the rune itself gives Ava. The mark itself gives skill damage increase. So there's the difference. Now for gourmets, their rune gives them damage resistance. And then, yeah, okay. Next up, your guard runes. It gives you damage buff as well, but for your guard. And you can also put the rune war on your scholars. So it's not just limited to one class. For example, the rune, it goes for 2 classes, guard and scholar. And also your Auspice goes to 2 classes, doctors and gourmet. So don't think that you just have to put this ones on whichever class it's made as. You can also put allspice, and it gives Ava, and it increases, and it's better. So it's a bit of a mix and match, but yeah. Accuracy is just doctors, and then this one is just gourmet, but it's okay. Feel free to mess around and stuff, but yeah. So this is what I'm gonna do, and I have a few yellow on here, and I have a few greens on here. I need to prioritize that Daishan has her green, and Gia has his yellow, so it helps both of their skills. So I'm gonna take this one, and I'm gonna scroll down, and it will show you all the runes that each hero has. Once you find the one you want to switch over, for example, this one with this one, and Gia, switch, the might will decrease, and then you go to Gia, add it, put it in. Your mic goes up, and it starts to sort of help fix itself. But yeah, here's one more time. Okay, I don't have any more yellow, but that's the main gist of it. Okay, now we do this one. It's a yellow mark, and I noticed Gia has one, so I'm gonna go to Gia again and find the yellow one, and then I'll switch it. Then my goes down, and then you go there, and you put it in, and your mic goes up again. Right? So it's starting to come together, right? Hopefully it's making more sense. Now we have this one, and Gia has this one, right? So we go back, and we switch this one with the other one Gia has, right there. And your mic goes down, and you go back, and you put it in. Your mic goes up again, right? So there's kind of like the mix and match and what sort of to expect and stuff. Okay, but yeah. So Gorms are different because you got your healers and your non-healers. So that's why I was showing you fixing it. But yeah, and my mic went up. That was my mic before touching my runes, and then this was my mic after touching the runes a little.